This joint sound like that Adult Swim music. How everybody doing on this lovely Friday? Appreciate y'all for dropping by. Hope y'all made some money. Hope y'all feel motivated. Kenneth, JOG, Pretty Hustle, Real, Steven, I ain't forget this time. Laurenette, Nairobi, Ralph, Stacy Marie, Kenneth, Marcy. See now I remember it's Marcy now that you said that for like the 5th time. Miss ATM, how you doing? More love appreciated. All right, so we already know how this goes. So we don't have monthly close candles today because it wasn't the last day of the month. So, but we do have to go over the monthly closes because this is the last trading day of the month. So this one's gonna be one of them long ones. Oswald, how you doing? Made some money this week. Hey, I bet you did if you was in AVGO. Oracle. Okay, let me go ahead and start listing these. All right, let me see if I already have some of these on here. Meta, Oracle went ham today. Oh, it was already up there. Light, Meta, APP, Ucom, and okay. All right, I got those. Jordan, how you doing, my man? Misha, how you doing? I'm over here collecting okay, all right. Let me see. So most of the ones, well, half of the ones I dropped yesterday in the live, they were green. They're pretty green. No, with the exception of Joby, Redwire, RGTI, APLD, and Meta, and Tesla. See, that's why I hate trading Tesla, man. Said it yesterday. AAO. Uh-oh. That ain't what I typed. AAOI. Ooh, that thing red. It look like it's trying to sweep. All right, man. Y'all already know the deal. So, I am going to go over SPY first. This ain't my usual list. This one from yesterday. All right, so assuming that there are no more trading days, because there's not, this is going to be the monthly close for SPY, which is almost a Marabazu candle. So that's going to be good. So what you want to do is get the Fibonacci's out. Let's go ahead and add SPY, DIA, IWM. Add all three of those. Can anybody get me some news on what happened to Nvidia at the bell? Right before the bell? I can't seem to find it. That I don't know what happened. All right, let's get these fibs out. Oh, I need that maroon. Boom. Boom. Now we're gonna go to the week. I'm gonna give y'all a preview of the fib and fib indicator as well today. I've been working on that thing. I'm so tired of working on it. All right, there we go. That weekly lines up with that one. I'm not even gonna go into the 3-day. I might have to go into the 3-day. Yep, I'm gonna go into. That's a retracement level. That one lines up. That one lines up. That one lines up. Oh, okay, so that's all of the fibs. NTNX. I don't know what that is. Oh, Nutanix. All right, let's get it. So we're gonna start off with SPY. We're currently at all-time highs. So what you want to do is get out the fibs. I already got the fibs for you. I'll drop those in the chat after the live, if somebody remind me. All right, so this is what you're looking at. So we're approaching the monthly fib at around 770. So price is going to magnet up to 770 on the daily, weekly time frame before it starts to try to sweep. So but we are quickly approaching it. If you can't tell by this 9-week rally that we done had since the recovery, we're due for a sweep at some point. You know, the one 2 weeks ago really wasn't, significant enough, but we're due for a pullback. An analyst downgraded AMD. But didn't AMD spike? I'm pretty sure AMD spiked though. Uh-oh. Yeah, like what the that makes no sense. All right, looking at the daily, we printed almost a doji. I mean, we're doing pretty good on the daily on SPY. So the weekly looks incredible, monthly looks incredible. Daily, it's trying to signal us a pullback. It's probably gonna pull these right here. Same kind of counter right here, then pull back into a wick. Probably a wick off of this previous day low, or previous day high. Moving on to DIA, this is your industrial tickers. All-time highs on them as well. We just completed a breaker structure last week with the internal pullback on this week with a new high. So that's signaling a leg up. I gotta change that music. This thing gonna put me to sleep. Hold up. I will put on Carpet Man, but y'all not ready for that one yet. All right, so the daily looks pretty good. What up? 0.74%. So it really don't move that much. It moved $5 a day. So it didn't move its full ATR. But for industrial stocks, they look pretty good. So I'm just gonna check one. CMI pulling back. So that's crazy. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Industrial is looking good. IWM, this is my favorite one. I'm gonna pull a coach move with this one. With an IWM watch. I'm gonna catch it at the right time. So all-time highs again this week on IWM. Closing this month with an all-time high as well. It really didn't move that much this week total. It only moved up $5. It moves $10 a week. So half of the ATR, not too bad. And if you look at the daily, right now we're just retesting the WTMA cloud and the WTMA and this breaker structure level. We already know that that's the confluence that we're looking for. Right now I'm gonna start getting into these. Nobody dropped Dell. I don't think anybody dropped Dell, did he? I put out a trade plan on them yesterday. Oh, Microsoft. Ooh. Oh, brother. Hey, I already did my plan on Microsoft. It required a 2 to 4 hour close above 250, which it met that requirement at the end of the day today. So come Monday, I'm gonna be looking for the slightest of pullbacks to enter, because right now we're in that vacuum. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go Dell first. Well, Dell, I had my levels. There we go. So I go to my levels for Dale. I did these yesterday when it was at after hours. So right now it's just suspended in midair. So what you want to do is get this old trusty field indicator. You know what I'm saying? You know, use these as retracements. That is how you would play Dale suspended in midair. So right now we're gonna probably try to push this monthly and weekly liquidity up here at 449 to 455 before, you know, a drastic sweep of liquidity. Because right now, if it does fall, there's nothing to stop it. Do with Carpet Man the GOAT. Oh, well, I mean, well, Dale spiked up $100 yesterday. So, I mean, in all honesty, you know, it only really moved $3. It just swung up and down like $3 to $5 at a time today. So, nothing too crazy. That's the monthly candle on Dale. That thing is crazy. Yeah, that's what you call, they call these God candles. This candle went up 101%. That's crazy. Looking at the week, clearly closing above these liquidity levels and this weekly liquidity level. Nope, this is not a level, this is just a line. What is that? There we go. Yeah, it is one. So yeah, this is gonna be the bounce point at 392. Well, it was 393 and a half almost, and then it'll start to consolidate until it makes another move up. IBM was moving pretty good today. So look, we on this month we reclaimed the 12 and we reclaimed the 12, the WTMA cloud, and the WTMA alone. So that's extremely bullish for IBM. Looking at this 1 week, we got a fresh inverse arc off of the 200, off of an order block, off of a demand zone, change of character, closing this week right off of the WTMA cloud. So this is where some liquidity is sitting at, and you can tell that by this WTMA right here, but it definitely went way above it. So I mean that's pretty decent. So IBM is definitely still on my watch list. Closed above historical resistance. I'm waiting on these VRVPs to load in. Line this up right here. So this is why IBM accelerated so hard. This is what we are looking for in Microsoft and Tesla. And there was one more that I saw that was like this. Workday did this today. It accelerated through this empty node, low node area. Can you use the fib on all-time high? Yeah, that's what you use them for. Yep, that's what you want to use the fibs for. Jordan, how you getting all this news, bro? How? Dude. All right, here goes Oracle. Same thing with them. Reclaim the 12, reclaim the WTMA cloud and the WTMA. Marubozu candle on the month. Extremely bullish, most bullish candle known to man. Go ahead and get that Marubozu candle indicator from my boy JOG 503. Go ahead and hit him up. He in the chat actually. So if y'all want to ask him stuff about that, go ahead and do so. He's a very good coder. I work with him. All right. So for Oracle, we just closed over the WTMA cloud. That is extremely good. We came down to the 200. Got that liquidity, popped right up out of there. Low node area. Let me see. I'm gonna line it up with the supply at the top. Here you go. Yep. Here's the acceleration zone right here. And you can see it started to trade more in this area based on those last few candles. So right now we're approaching the same vacuum that we've been seeing on Microsoft, that we've been seeing on Oracle, or not Oracle, Tesla, and Workday that we already looked at. For the day, I'm just gonna anchor this here just so we can get. So when y'all doing y'all top downs, make sure y'all anchor the left side of your screen to order blocks and demand zones, supply and demand zones. Because if you don't, like say for instance, you mount it like right here, just in this crazy spot, you'll get these nodes that's super elevated. So what I usually do is if I have an order block, the nearest order block and the second one next to it, I would just anchor that there. That way you get, you know, what you can see the full picture of how price action will zoom through stuff. So right now we closed above this daily trigger on Oracle. So Oracle is definitely going to keep pushing. So put a star on your watch list on Oracle. Now it's trying to rebound. Monthly looks decent for the volume of that candle anyway. Weekly, fresh inverse arc. Still inside of a weekly order block right now, but it is up $5 after hours. Why? So, okay. So it's already up $5 after hours. That's crazy. 3-day looks decent. And then on the daily, we are inside of this 200 cloud. So if you guys haven't done this already, on your 200 cloud, go to the moving averages, the extra moving averages, and you know, mark them like this. That way you can see the actual moving average that is about to become resistance or support. So in this case, I'm gonna make this orange so I can see the lines a little better. So now you see where the actual 200s line up. I wouldn't trade now until we got above 137, honestly. But I mean, we are in low node areas, so it pretty much can just go straight through this 200. I closed out my now today. I mean, you did it at structure. You're good. I mean, who's to say, you know, the deal might fall completely apart this weekend. Uh-oh, my wife's calling. 1 second. All right, I am back. Let me see. Yeah. So who's to say, you know, that deal doesn't just fall to complete crap by Monday? So you did the right thing by exiting at structure, because that's what I do if I don't get stopped out too early, which is sometimes the case. When you see a move like that on a weekly for Oracle, how far out are you getting contracts? So you need 6 to 10 candles on whatever confirmation time frame for it to reach your target. So if you see it on like the 15, no, I wouldn't even say the 15. So if you seen it on like the day, I would get a contract that at least has 6 to 10 trading days left in that contract. If you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to wait till she say something back. Okay. I was like, please say something back. All right, cool. MDB, they had earnings. I really don't want to look at them. I looked at them yesterday, but you can see the same pattern on MongoDB. So right now we're just in a big triangle right here. And then I don't want to use that. I'm gonna use that. Boom. So right here. So I think I said this on last live yesterday. So right here, we're just gonna keep going until we pinch. And then when that compression, releases, is either gonna release down or up. Usually they beat exceedingly well on earnings, and then they'll make like a $50 move. But yesterday, they probably popped up $50 and then dropped down $50 and then just opened flat. So, but for the week, MDB looks extremely good. You can see the VRVP starting to taper off. Here you go right here. So right now we need to get a weekly close above this WTMA cloud. And maybe this historical resistance at 370 for a price to, either hit this trend line and reject and consolidate, or to just go up to sweep at around 430 to 443. But it did reject the down move that it had this morning. It dropped pretty hard this morning and then popped back up towards the end of the day. So it did show signs of bullish continuation. So smart money is stepping in. Looking at this VRVP on the daily, you already know what price action is about to do. It's at least gonna go to 386 and then sweep there. And then you get your second trade out of them. Qualcomm. Crazy candle. Whew. Okay, so looking at Qualcomm. So Qualcomm had the same setup MongoDB just had, right? So you got this trend line going up. But right here, you had the trend line right here. So it already broke it. So you can see it. And then it had that power move for the last 2 months. Boom. So now we're up 39% this month. So that's a monthly close. We got this triggered off. Well, that fired off today. So on Monday, you'll get the dailies and the monthlies alerts in Sean's Discord. Yeah, I'm just going over those now to, beat it. Costco costed me money last week. All right, looking at the week. So we got the fresh breaker structure last week, and then you got this immediate pullback and then rocket ship. So this is the pattern that I train everybody who I train. Every time I see a breaker structure, I'm waiting for the immediate pullback with the rejection of the down move and then another pop up. And right now we're at all-time highs on Qualcomm, so you already know what to do. You're gonna hit these fields. Why? Here we go. Look at that. Straight to liquidity on the week. I gotta put that one down there too. All right, there we go. So that's mapped out. So you can see that the fibs hold some power because we came up today. Well, we came up 3 days ago too. So we got a fresh breaker structure. It swept liquidity, came back down, came up again to try the weekly and the daily field and swept liquidity again. So look for a continued pullback before entering Qualcomm. Make sure you do the top-down analysis with Blackwood first off. But I know I'm definitely out. Did I add Costco? Yeah, I added it down now. SMCI, reclaim the 12, reclaim the WTMA. It's probably one of the best months it had since it dropped from oblivion since its IPO. So that's pretty good. We're approaching low node areas on SMCI. And I already know that in this area, this is what made the move for this month. Most of this month's move was from the last 7 days, 10 days. Line it up right there. Okay, see, this is what I meant about anchoring the right order blocks and demand zones, right? So you see how congested this looks right here, but you can see price accelerated pretty quickly because you see these empty nodes. So what you want to do, anchor it right here. Boom, now you see it. So as soon as it hit that change of character, which was right here, boom, price accelerated all the way up. So now what you want to look for now is a liquidity sweep here at 50, which is also a psychological level, maybe at 54, and then for sure at 58.5, because that's the top of their order block on the weekly. And then the daily, yeah, there it is right there. Jeez. So yeah, we're about to enter another velocity zone on SMCI. Once price clears above 48.50, it's going to shoot up straight to around 53 and then sweep liquidity there first. So put SMCI, and SMCI have decently priced contracts that you can load up to, you know, make a decent amount of cash. IonQ, I called this one out yesterday. Well, I know I did a trade plan on it yesterday, and I went over it on the live yesterday as well. Marubozu candle on the month with increasing volume. We just got a trend line break on the week. So now we're going to be looking at some level 3 candles for next week. And we closed above this WTMA liquidity area, and you can see that the VRVP starts to taper off. So you already know that IonQ been loading this move for a while. It goes the first sweep area. When the 12 cloud flattens all the way and the WTMA crosses over it, that's extremely bullish. Oh, let me see if I can find an example. I want to use this. Which chart do you see that on, Jose? You said trailing stop losses? Heck yeah. Yeah, I got stopped out on IBM today. It kind of hurt. I missed out on like 2 G's, but it's all good. I made 1 G off of it in about 29 minutes. Jose, you didn't fall asleep on me, did you? Again? I saw that on the 15-minute today on SMCI. I got in because it was holding what Blackwood said, and it was in the interest zone. I got out because I wasn't sure. Risk over the weekend. Okay. I mean, actually, I mean, that's pretty good that you cut it before the weekend because, like I was saying yesterday, it didn't even get to the weekend before the deal went to crap. So I definitely called it, but I didn't. I called the wrong timing on it. Oh, I already did this part. I'm trying to check in to Sam's for my wife. Oh my God. Oh, there we go. All right, now she won't call me barking at me. All right, so SoFi printed a doji on the day. Yeah. SoFi can be a very good recovery story. Looking at the month, it just bounced off the trend line that I drew. Looking at, okay, so right here, Jose, here's an example of a flat WTMA. So a flat WTMA just represents accumulation. So if it's coming down and it's starting to arc, and so obviously price is not going to accelerate through this the first time because the 12 has to catch up to current price action and the current WTMA before it actually makes the move. So that's why you get this huge rejection down, and then the 12 keeps coming down. And now the WTMA starts to curl up a little more. Now that they're tightly, together, you'll get the real move on SoFi. So yeah, when you see like right here, this is a prime example. So you got this ultra wide arc confirmation, but all this is just distribution. So you'll see this for weeks. That's what Nvidia did for what, 10 weeks? No, like 3-4 months or something like that before it actually made a move. So when you see the top forming an arc that's elongated, that's distribution. And then when you see it at the bottom forming an inverse arc, that's accumulation by smart money. Hey, look at this. So you already knew you had an order block, right? With a change of character, and you got this immediate violent reaction back down. They double beat on earnings. All right, so that's bullish in itself, but they sold off. And now, you got the inverse arc. The WTMA just flat, right? So now you keep getting these mini rejections before the 12 comes down to meet the WTMA, and then boom. As soon as it met the WTMA, you get a fresh change of character and a gap up the next day. Upstart, same move. I went over them yesterday. Joby, I didn't want to. Oh yeah, I forgot some of these. Okay, RGTI was on the list. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Is Meta on here? Oh, okay. It's next to RGTI. All right, so RGTI, it has government backing. So now I ain't no fan of politics, but when the orange man say buy something, I'm probably gonna buy from now on. We saw what happened to Intel. We saw what just happened to Dell. Him and Jensen, when they say something, don't ignore it. We saw what happened to Nebius. So when they say something, please do a top down on it. That's the equivalent of Sean calling out something a week prior, and then we wonder how he made so much money. We like, man, how when did you get in this? He like, hey, I sent you this screenshot a week and a half ago. I told you to do a top down on it. So that's the equivalent of that. So when they name drop businesses, please do a top down. Rigetti, it just reclaimed the WTMA, but not the signal. It reclaimed the 12 as well. On the weekly, you can see last week it accelerated through this empty node zone. So that's good. This week, it just bounced off fair value gap and hit a liquidity area at the top of the WTMA cloud. So now we're currently on the daily time frame. We're currently in a order block that we already swept twice. All right, so this is gonna be weak. You already see that it's been tapped twice on the daily time frame. All right, so now once we close above this order block at 27.67, we already know that it's gonna target 30. I behoove you to do a top down on RGTI, because once it closes a daily candle over 30, actually let me make sure if it's a day. Yes, it's a daily candle. So if it closes a daily candle over 30, you already see what I'm looking at, right? Thankfully, I got a 15 leap at the bottom. So yeah, and they got government backing. Remember, government backing equals money. No matter how bad their earnings gonna be. So yeah, definitely do a top down on RGTI. And QUBT. Never mind. I don't like that one. QBTS. Definitely do one on QBTS. You already see it. It's the same thing. They trade exactly the same, which is why I don't know why QUBT had that crazy order block. But once it has something like that over the chart, I'm not touching it. We got the man, the myth, the legend in the chat right now. Ask him some questions too, man. So yeah, basically do a top-down analysis on QBTS, IonQ, and RGTI. Those are all the quantum that the U.S. government is pouring money into right now. All right, Meta. Let me make sure. Oh, you said Microsoft. Okay, all right. I was about to say. All right, so looking at the monthly on Meta, we still don't have a 200, but just looking at how price action would be looking, the 200 will probably just be running probably right around here, around the 430 area. All right, so we swept liquidity off the 200 on the weekly, tap this order block, and then boom, immediate reaction up, hit this trend line and a rejection into this fair value gap. So now we have, on the weekly time frame, we have a WTMA crossing over the 12, and we just reclaimed the 12 at the end of this week. So what you want to look for is, let's see if I can line this up pretty decent. I don't like how it be all interwoven. I'm gonna do this one. Let's see. Ugh. It ain't pretty, but I just know Meta can move. All right, so what I would be looking for on Meta is probably a 3-day inverse arc. Yeah, definitely a reclaim of this 200. So we already claimed the WTMA and the 12 on the 3-day, and then we tap this 200 and then drop down after that. So let me look at the daily. All right, here we go. Now that's way more clear. But not really. So right now we just got rejected from the 200, one of the 200s. So once we clear this 200 at 645, we can move up to about 667 before it hits another rejection zone. I'm gonna try to make this cleaner. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, there we go. That makes it way more cleaner. So we already know we got this rejection off the 200, and then this next area. Okay, yeah, that lines up. 667 would be the next rejection area for Meta. We just got this breaker structure, with the pullback into a fair value gap on top of the 12 and the WTMA. This is the confluence that you look for. That man said he learning from me. I learn from you every day. All right, so looking at Tesla. So, dang, I could have swore I had those trend lines up here. All right, so looking at Tesla, just to get a little more confluence. You have a ascending triangle. Actually, it's an ascending wedge. I like triangle better. Yep, I'm gonna do that. All right, so now you already see that price is going up, and actually we're in a channel as well. I knew I did. Yeah, I did do this the other day. So you see the channel up. You see the channel up. You see the rejection of the WTMA on the month. But when you look at the week, you got floating candles. All right, so you got a rejection off the WTMA cloud, another WTMA rejection. So what I just learned from Coach the other day is and I taught somebody this morning on, I think it was Anthony. Yeah, it was Anthony. So when you see a band of the WTMA cloud, like right here, like a super thin layer, think of a whole bunch of, that is not the right one. Think of a whole bunch of WTMAs, going across like that. So now you know that you have a pretty heavy resistance to get through. But you can see the moment you get above this WTMA cloud, you have a vacuum effect straight to this order block at the top at 488. And on a side note, this trend line is holding pretty good. This was just an over exaggeration on price action, and then another sweep straight to this trend line. So Tesla's doing what it's supposed to do. So you already see the A plus trade right now. So line it up pretty good. All right, right now, I want to say right here, honestly though. I want to say above this WTMA liquidity area. I would say over 462, you got the A plus trade up into 489 to 500. That's where you want to tighten your stop loss at. Light. That's too high for my blood. All right, so the monthly candle does not look good anymore. It gave up all the gains that it did have. It's looking like it's trying to reverse, but we'll see. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we're starting to arc on the week, but we did reject the down move from the 12. So we are currently holding the trend, and we're well above the 200, the WTMA cloud as well. So think of this as a internal structured pullback. All right, so this wick is good, but it looked like price wants to come down to this demand zone at around 800, 797 to 795, 785. Wow, this little thin band is $10. So it looks like price want to come down to this demand zone. I mean, it's still holding trend, but right now, internally, it is pointing bearish. So I wouldn't be too happy to jump in light right now. I would mitigate more risk by getting in at around this demand zone. At around, 795 to 785. APP, that thing went crazy. Meta always playing games. Hey, I swear it is. I'm telling you, I'd rather trade Meta than Tesla, man. All right, so on the month, APP reclaimed the WTMA. It reclaimed its breaker structure level. It reclaimed the 12. Ooh, and it broke this trend line on the week. Did it close above this? It barely closed above the WTMA cloud. That's extremely good. It did not take liquidity right here. Okay. So that's good. And it's approaching this low node volume area. Oh, I got you. I got you, Niche. I just didn't make it there yet. Oh, crap. Go back to the day. All right, so for the daily, line up that order block on APP. So you can see why price accelerated so fast, because you have low volume nodes and almost empty nodes in this band of what, 606 to 560. That's a $40 candle right here on the day. $40 candle. So that's why price accelerated through this so fast. Miss ATM made a hell of money on them, but I don't want to put her business out. I do Microsoft now. I thought it was on the list. All right, so I'm gonna do the overview for Microsoft, and then I'm gonna show you the pre-market. All right. I don't care about them wicks down there. Boom. So you can see the trend on Microsoft on the monthly, pointing upward clearly. We're well above the 200. Looking at the weekly, I think on the 2 week, it'll show a liquidity sweep on the, kinda. On the 2 week, okay, yeah, I like this one. On the 2 week, we got a tight inverse arc tapping on the 200. So right there, it showed you signs of an early reversal. And then on the weekly, you got this sharp inverse arc tapping on this 200. So you got compression right here, waiting for price action to just explode over it. And you already know that that's going to happen if you look to the right. All right, so now I'm going to go in extended hours on the 8. Then I'm going to show you how oh, actually, I need to go to the daily first and go back a candle. Boom. All right, so 8 hour. All right, say this is pre-market from yesterday. No, today. No, yesterday. All right, so you already see the setup. You got a WTMA liquidity right here. You got, I'm gonna line this order block up. You about to see this, like, all right, now here you go. Here's the whole setup right here. So you see that that's in a rectangle. You see that we got level 3 candles. You see a trigger that already fired off that's been swept multiple amount of times. Now you got this vacuum effect of nodes on the VRVP. All right, so I'm gonna go to the next candle. Boom. All right, here we go. Now we got the trigger. So this is Friday. This is today. I should go back some more so I can see the before. All right, so you see you got the trigger right here. So I'm gonna go down. You already know you got the trigger on the 8 hour. So what you do is, since I have to do this so I can see the next candles. So you already know you got the trigger above it on the 8 hour. So what we'll have to do is replay it and play it in real time. Well, real time. Oh, this thing is already open. Man, what in the world? All right, here we go. Here go the pre-markets right here. So the 8 hour trigger was, man, I can't see that. It's too dark. I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's today's candle though. Oh, I didn't go back far enough. I knew something was wrong. I was like, wait a minute. I'll go back here. There we go. I'm like, dude. All right, there we go. There's the trigger. I knew someone right. All right, so now I'm gonna go down to like the 15, 2 hour, something like that. And this is yesterday. All right, so I'm gonna let this part play out. It's still Thursday. All right, this is Friday. All right. It went too fast. All right, so this is pre-market right here, right? I'm gonna go to the 15. This was that 8 hour trigger right here. All right, so you got a breaker structure soon as market opened above this trigger. So you got the breaker structure with the 12 just riding on up, right? So now, right now, the smallest trigger can be your entry. So you already see this breaker structure right here. So that's probably right here. So yep, boom, trigger on the 5. So now you're like, man, there's really nothing above Microsoft but 438. And what does price always do to liquidity? Go right to it. All right, so now, looking at these 5 minutes, you got a breaker structure, pull back to the 12, another breaker structure leading up into open. You get a pull back to the order block, boom, sweep off the gate, out the gate. So, and Sean got in yesterday. All right, so you got a sweep literally at 8:25 on Microsoft. Now I'm gonna go to the next candle. Heavy volume candle off the rip. And remember, we said 438 was the order block. But now you already got your entry conditions out the gate anyway, because you already hit this trigger. And I'm gonna go to the 1 minute just to show you. You get a trigger right here on the 1 minute time frame. Once you get this crazy candle above and forming this fair value gap, you already know that you can get in. I would wait for a pullback personally. So it'll probably be this third candle, if anything, that I would get in, because knowing me, I probably try to get in fast as I could and and it don't feel. So, and I think you got a wick right at the open too. Yeah, so you did get a wick. Yeah, open right here, it dropped momentarily into this order block 1, demand zone 200, and this one wasn't formed yet because this changed character made it pop in. So you get immediate bear trap at the beginning of the market. You get in for the low price of $85 today, 0 day. And by the time the price hit here, it was already at $219 per contract, right? And I have this pulled up right here. So Sean got in here yesterday, right? At $99 per contract. So right here at this level, somewhere on this level, I'm not sure where. He probably got it like on an inverse arc right before the end of the day. Who knows? But he got in right here. So if we go to Microsoft today's contract, the 0 day contracts, you could have got that same move, the same price point, I'd rather say. All right, here we go. So right here, this is the open. That's at 83 bucks. This is 99 bucks right here. That's the same price Sean got in. So you already got the condition with the breaker structure off the open. So you get this small wick. You get this small wick, which is really, little room for error. But you get in, and then it immediately goes up. This is 463 right here. This is 387. And if you just wrote that all out the whole day, which would be insane to me, those contracts would have been worth $1,000 a piece, from $100 to $1,000. So you made a 10-bagger in one day. And Sean's contracts actually ends on Monday. So instead of that first number he threw out, is actually a little bit more than that. But yeah, that's how you get that entry. So you basically get a trigger at the beginning at the pre-market niche, and then you wait for that pre-market trigger to hit, and then that's how you know you can enter. So I'm gonna let this move play out. This thing closed at 450 today. You see the next trigger right here is at 445. Bam. They gotta be way out the money, 99 per contract. Yeah, he had a 440 calls that he got yesterday. Actually, that wasn't too crazy. It was at 426 yesterday. That was only a $14 move. And you can see the compression all day yesterday. You can just see it just loading the next move. Yeah, this was like the perfect storm. So yeah, you got the VRVP right here. You got the WTMA, you got the trigger, you got the 200. So every time, like anytime you see all of those happening at once it do break, it's gonna make a powerful move. Yeah, with a 0 day, you definitely don't want to hold that long. Well, if you're in the money and it's not going against you, you can hold it all day. Like in this case, that Microsoft from 99 would have went to a $10 per contract. But in hindsight, it's easy to see that during the day, once you see that big drop, when you already was up 1,000 and you see it go down to 500, you can be like, man, I got to protect this gain I do have. And then you get out, and then at the end of the day, you be like, man, I should have held it. So that's why you trim instead of, trying to hold the whole position. AAOY. That is not a good monthly candle. I can tell you that much. This is signal in reverse, but dang, and then the monthly candle is closing today. That ain't good. It's still dropping now. Yeah, last week when I posted the play, it was pretty good. But now, so right now it looks like it's want to go into consolidation. You see the WTMA starting to arc downward. Looking at the day, the WTMA is acting as resistance right now. And we just printed a change of character that closed today. So we do have a heavy node area right here on the daily. So, I mean, that could be the saving grace for AAOI. This could save you. Because, change of character, what you get immediately after a pullback. So in this case, you get the change of character. You see, it's already wicking back up. Now you get the pullback. So what we need from AAOY is a daily inverse arc and a 12 reclaim for it to reverse back up. I already went over SPY. IWM and DIA. Let's see. Nutanix. Did it close? It closed above the 12. Barely. Well, one of the 12s. Can't say which version. It's in a low volume node area, kinda. I mean, it's not elevated like the support is, or like this deeper pullback is. So that's pretty good. Looking at the week, we're inside an order block. We're inside of an order block, and we have the 200. So we already broke 2 of the 200s. So what we're looking for is a price acceleration up to this 200 or this order block at around 55, and then sweeping liquidity. After we get that buy side sweep, you already see what Nutanix can do. The first area of interest is going to be this high value node at 58.30. And then the next one is going to be at 67.82. But it definitely has to mitigate this fair value gap. And I also forgot this WTMA cloud too. So by the time price action starts to rise, this WTMA cloud is still going to be coming down. I'm pretty sure it'll meet it somewhere within this 60 to 62.5 range. He always say how he know. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Man, hey man, that dude a genius. Ooh, is this a trigger? I want to say it is. I'm going to say that's the trigger. Yeah, the trigger is a daily close above 54.15, and then that's when price can really go, right? So I'm gonna put this order block right there because you just need TP 1, 2, and 3 in the screenshots when you do your analysis with Blackwolf. So you don't need the entire downtrend because the TP is gonna be based off structure and the ATR. So, and the ATR is $2.25, and this is well over $30. So a daily close above this 254.15 will send Nutanix into rage mode because it's empty and then low volume. And then you hit a barely a blip at a 52.22, and then it goes right back to low and empty, and then 68. It's a good chart. Yep, go ahead and write that one down too. NTNX. Good chart. Costco. See, look, I had my whole plan mapped out and everything, but it ain't invalidate yet. On the higher time frame. So on the month, it just swept liquidity. This is what we want to see from Costco for it to make another leg higher. So Smart Money took liquidity up here at this order block at around 1075 to drive price down straight to the WTMA and the 12. Looking at the week, it don't look that good. It don't look that good on the week though. So we got a fresh arc down. We got a fresh change of character down. But now we're at the same level of the bullish change of character that we recently had, the most recent change of character. So we did get this break of structure followed by a sweep and a pullback. So technically that's the correct thing to do. Costco very well could come back down to this fair value gap or this order block and the 200 to make another move back up. But that is, I would definitely do a top down with Blackwolf for that one because this is way too much price action, like $200. So that's kind of hard to gauge. Thanks for IBM yesterday. No problem, no problem. They go to sweep right here on the day. All right, so on the daily, let's see. So we had that trigger to fire off at all-time highs. It did fire off and popped up, and then it immediately sold off right before their earnings. I don't know why this is grayed out. I'm pretty sure they had that. No, their earnings is right here though. I don't know what that is. So we closed under the 200, and then we hit this order block on the day. Now it's trying to bounce back up. So I would wait for Costco to complete this sweep on the daily time frame before I look at any calls on it. And even with this sweeping on the daily, you probably have to get like a 2-hour confirmation for it to go back up. Because the ATR is already $24. So I mean, it dropped down 38 today. And I already went over QBTS. I see another one. OGE. Hey Pascal, how you doing, man? I know you drop GE every week. All right, GE looks good. It's holding the 12. It reclaimed the 12. No, actually, it closed right there. It rejected losing the 12. So right now we're about to press up on liquidity at around 332. We got a fresh inverse arc. Ooh, fresh lock candle. Floating candle on the week. This candle was $20.92. Now we're approaching these tapered off VRVP nodes. Right now we need to get above, well, what's this first? 330 and then 335 or to go sweep 348. Yeah, 348. On the daily time frame, we just printed a change of character this week. Oh yeah, this thing can move. I'm gonna put this right here. Yep. Low node area. Price can accelerate up pretty quick to 340. Well, it had to hit that 332 first and then 340. And then after that, 348. 30 people watching. Hey, nah. Hey, I appreciate y'all for being here. When costs move, it's gonna move exactly. But you don't want to be on the wrong end. It's like a BE. When you trade BE, it will literally give you a fake move, and then once it breaks out of the ORB in the opposite direction, it is gone. Another chart I've been looking at. Credo. Extremely bullish. $62 this month. Came down and tapped this 12 in its fair value gap and skyrocketed. Fresh inverse arc. Locking in that trend. Looking at the weekly. This is crazy. You got the first level 3 candle and change of character retest. So you got a change of character last week, and then you got that same retest this week and a continuation up. So Credo can very well go crazy like next month. They go to field level. Look at that. Man, oh my God. Hey man. Fields probably my favorite thing to look at. The height of this candle is at 240.81. The fib level is at 239.89. So it came up, hit liquidity, and dropped immediately. But I mean, it still closed pretty well. So every time you see a fib, you can see how price action behaves. Like right here, it acted as a resistance. Right here, it acted as support. Came back down into this 12 and this fair value gap. Once it closed above this fib level and this previous high, that's when you got the lock of a continuation move. So pretty good. And this level right here was acting as resistance too. Graph, oh, that the access gone already, dog. Today was the last day before I make changes. So for who all who beta tested my fib indicator, you will have it absolutely free. Thank you for beta testing. The other ways you can obtain the fib indicator after June the 1st, is either getting a coaching session, grabbing a course from my website, or if you're not a wolf yet, obtaining a wolf chart through my affiliate link, and then you'll get it absolutely free through either 3 of those avenues. I'm not sure if I just want to have it as a standalone one-time purchase, but I could look into that as well. And this is what it would look like. Where is it? Boom. So now, right here on the week, this is what you get, your intra-week levels. And here's the intra. Oh, okay, it's doing the last swing. From here to here. Okay, that's cool. All right, I was about to say. Yeah, that's what the field indicator looks like. CLS. What is that? Celestica. Oh, this chart look good. Man, that's crazy. I don't know how long ago I drew this, but you can see once it broke out of that. Look at that. Let me look on the day. Nah, it was probably on a week. Yeah, look at that. Once it broke out of that, boop, went crazy. All right. Looking at Celestica, it's holding the 12. It's holding the WTMA. So that's good. Looking at the 2-week breaker structure, all-time high, made tapped a new all-time high and then pulled back, held this breaker structure level, tapped the WTMA and the 12 twice. That's good for continuation. So basically, smart money grabbed liquidity up here, dropped it down so they can, fill those orders for cheap. Fib was definitely fibbing. Last time I asked you, what happened? I ain't do it. Weekly looks all right. It is trading inside of the WTMA, but it's still holding 12, so it's holding the trend. 3-day looks decent. I already know now. I like the daily time frame. I can tell right now. Yep. Oh my God. All right. I'm not even gonna get that. I'm gonna get this swing order block. Oh yeah. Empty nodes right above it. Who put this in there? Okay, ATM. Okay. I'm writing this one down too. I appreciate it. But I already know it's gonna come with a hefty price tag if you getting into it. All right, so right now right now where it's currently at, I say 387 just to be safe. You got an acceleration zone all the way up to 403, 402. I'm gonna say it's gonna hit this trend line or this WTMA cloud before it tries to reject, which also lines up with the bottom of this inverse arc. Ow. It went up $34 today. Ooh. That's crazy. Yeah, it's holding trend. I would definitely do a top down on this. That move can be major. So we already know where price want to go. It want to go back up to 430 to sweep liquidity again and drop back down and then explode through making a new high. Oh my. Pan W. It went up $23 a day. Let's see how much it went up this month. 57%, 102 bucks this month. Fresh inverse arc, lock candle, breaker structure. 2 week, same thing. We got two floaters with the breaker structure. Hey, take note on what's to the right, because ain't nothing over there. Ain't nothing over there. Looking at the week, we got level 3 candles from 3 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago. Extremely bullish. This thing really never pulled back, really, honestly. It ain't touched the WTMA since April 20th on the weekly time frame. All right, so this was kind of a pullback. He just gapped down. So on the 4 hour, you get a fresh inverse. Yep, there it is right there. Jose, if you still in here, this is what I meant about the flat WTMA. It's just loading up. So instead of distributing on this one, it was just accumulating, really. Like it let price come down after this gap down. Once price came back up, it just consolidated a little bit until it reached that boiling point, and then boom, explosion. Yeah, I like Pan W's chart. All-time highs too. So you already know what to do. Give it out. Ooh, that thing ain't it went past the Phillips. Oh. There you go. Close above that liquidity level. That's insane. Yep. Wow. Did they get a price raise or something? No. That's crazy. They have earnings in 4 days. Hey, I don't suggest doing that. Yeah. Not right now. Because, if you get some calls and you know what I'm saying, smart money want to take profits, you know what's going to happen to your calls. They're going to get destroyed. And then when you sell out of your call, that's when smart money is going to grab your call for the cheap, for the low, and then ride off to the sunset. So it's just better to wait. You in shares? Oh, no. Well, hey, if they drop, you already know what to do. Buy some more. Dang, it hit every fib level on the daily. Can't even extend the fibs anymore. I had to get the math to make more fibs just for this one case. Yeah, Pan W, extremely bullish. I don't know what in the heck. That's crazy. That's for my boy JOG right there. All right. Hey, anybody got any questions? I put a Q&A in the chat. Anybody have a concept that that's still puzzling to them? I think I answered Stacy's a little bit. Not sure if I answered to her satisfaction though. No earnest play. I don't play earnest. Nope. Now, if you already in calls, you hedge it with a put. So you hedge it with a put just in case it drops, you know, to Hades. Then you capitalize on those puts. You sell the puts for profit, and then once it bounced back, you still in your calls. But yeah, I don't do no earning play. I don't gamble. Talk about that flat again. Give me. Let's see if I remember one. Trying to remember if I saw one. Was it Apple? Nope. What ticker was that? It had a flat bottom that I was showing Jose. Oh, right here. So SoFi. So when you see a flat WTMA with the 12, right? If you're at the top, you're forming a bearish arc. That's distribution. That's just smart money trying to disguise their selling, right? So for the impeding crash. So if I look up here, probably, let's go to the week. All right, like this, right? You get that first arc right here, right? And then you get a pop up. You're like, oh man, yeah, we're bullish, let's go. And then you get another arc, and it just like slowly grinds for a little while. You're gonna get that imminent crash at some point, because smart money didn't offloaded so many shares that, you know, by the time us retailers find out, we gonna be in panic while they be like, man, I'm about to get these shares for cheap now. So that's what drives price so fast. Now, looking at this daily, this is where you see smart money accumulating. All right, so right here, you got this first inverse arc. You get a pop-up, you get a change of character. They had all the retailers like, oh man, SoFi's back. They sell their shares, they drop it right back down to the same price that they already got it for. Now, right here, this is accumulation. This prolonged inverse arc is them just getting more orders. You already see this by this order block that it made already. So if you just see price just sitting inside the of order block for so long, that's telling you that smart money is just, you know, accumulating until they're ready to make that move. But you know, with our chart, we can see them making that move. With soon as you get the inverse arc with a 12 reclaim, all you gotta do is wait for two open and close candles above the 12 to get your confirmation, and you know, boom. So in this case, you got the arc somewhere right here. I'm not even sure. It's so flat. You got one candle open and close, two candle open close, and then an immediate pullback, aka a sweep on the lower time frame, and then boom, rocket. It's all starting to come. Hey man, please dig into Black Wolf. Whoa, what? Please consult with Black Wolf. My knowledge is only so limited. So for Qualcomm, let's see if I can find. Let's see. I want to see how this WTMA gonna look. Yeah, right here. This is the exact pattern. Good stuff. So you get this crazy look. So you get the subtle arc, inverse arc, have everybody faking out. They sweep them for liquidity. This is a daily, this is a weekly. All right, you drop it back down. Now you got this flat. This is basically flat, right? You got this basically flat WTMA bearish arc that's about to happen. And before you know it, they sell it off immediately at the beginning of the day. Now they got you panicking. Now you're panicking. Now you're selling your shares and your options. You come down, you hit this fair value gap. You don't even see this fair value gap, but they do because they created it. Boom. Now the price is just holding right here. You like, man, it's still under the 12. I don't want to take this trade yet. Well, you see this WTMA starting to do this elongated inverse arc. And once it reclaimed the 12, AYN flagged the buy. Boom. And then you get full candle open close, full candle open close. Now you locked into the trend. Boom. And these are 30-minute candles, so I can't even imagine on the 15 what it looked like. Yep. And oh, see, on the 15, you got the 200 here. So if you don't flip through different time frames, you'll never see this. So flipping on the 15, you would have saw that the 200 there. You'd be like, man, I can actually take a risk there because the downside under the 200 could only be so limited. It's only going to sweep so far because you got this fair value gap that I just mentioned, and then you got the 200 literally at the bottom. So taking a trade here is low risk. Is it better to find that on the 1 day? Let me see what the 1 day. I should have went back. Let me go back. I'm gonna do that right there. Actually, I need to. There we go. On the 1 day, you don't even see it. So look, this the 1 day. So yeah, actually, oh, I'm glad. That's a great point. The correlation between time frames, right? So on the 30 minute, it looks, oh my God, it's crashing. On the 5, it looks atrocious. You're not even gonna look at the chart anymore if you're looking at it on the 5 and you see that huge, like nothing but red candles, right? But if you look on the daily, I teach this as well. I was like, hey man, just zoom out. That's all you gotta do. If it's still holding trend, you good. So so this is the same time frame. Actually, I'll do it this way. I'm gonna go 1 day here. I'm gonna go 15 minute over here. All right, so this is the same area, which is this candle over here, right? So looking on the daily time frame, all you did was come down, retest the WTMA, and then pop back up. But on the 15, it's looking like it's crashing and burning. And then once you hit this historical resistance right above this fair value gap and this 200, you get this accumulation that you don't see on the bigger time frame. So you only get to see this wick once price starts to go back up. I'm so slow with putting screenshots in Blackwool. So how do you do them from your phone or do you do them from your computer? I keep moving up charts until I see green. Hey, trust me. My brain works differently too, trust me.
Where's the drop? Oh, my bad. Here it is.
You understand what I'm saying? Brownwood? Man, let me change this before I get copyrighted. JOG enjoying this too much. He probably over there dancing and stuff, man. Okay, cool. Yeah, but so until this reversal starts to happen, this is just all red because the bottom of it is literally the bottom of the wick. So you be like, man, this is Marubozu a freaking Marabazu black candle. Oh man, this is terrible. And then you get this accumulation, then pop. And then you're like, oh, it's just a wick. So, any more questions? Any more questions? D Clark, anytime. Man, y'all heard JLG, man. Get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. I don't even know what it said. Mine say 1. I don't know if because I ain't refreshed the page or what. Oh, okay. So the laptop, right? So do you hit this little camera icon at the top, or do you like Windows Shift S and then snip the screenshot? Because some mentor of mine not too long ago didn't know that you could just click one button and take a screenshot of the whole chart. But I will not name that mentor who taught us everything we know. I'm not gonna name drop that person whatsoever. Kenya. Trying to see how you do your screenshots, because it shouldn't take too long. Because you go up here, hit this button, you hit download image, or you can copy image. It's faster to just download the image, and then when you go into Black Wolf, you hit the little plus button, and then you just select all the images that you want to upload. It's way faster that way. Because I didn't used to download them. I used to just copy them like this, copy them this way, paste it, come back, change the time frame, copy, paste them, change time frame. That wastes way more time. So you definitely want to just hit download, go to the next one, hit download. Oh, you got, well, no. So yeah, so the button the same up here. Yeah, I don't know what y'all key combination. So you go up here, hit this camera, and you hit download. That way it'll save to the specific path that you got the folders down. I mean the screenshots downloaded it, and then that's how you access them faster. Some people put them on their desktop, and then they just go to their desktop and drag them into ChatGPT, and then tell Black Wolf to do a top down. See. Oh, snap. Okay, I see it now. I didn't even see that. Okay, I see how I actually with my pre-market low and high on extended time frames. Okay, so let's use Microsoft as an example. Go to the 15, then go here. Do you have the Day Trader Pro indicator by chance? So for the pre-market high and low, we got this indicator called Day Trader Pro. It automatically does the pre-market high and low for you. So all you gotta do is just put this thing on the chart, and when pre-market opens up, it's gonna capture the bottom, and then right before pre-market ends, it's gonna capture the top. That way you already got your pre-market ORB, right? So, and then you can program your ORB as well. I think mine's on the 10. Let's see. I want to say mine's on the 10. If I remember right. Yeah. 5 maybe. Yeah, it's the 5. I thought it was on the 10. So pre-market high low, and then your ORB follows it, which is mine is on the 5 right now. And if you can't tell, if you would have used a 5-minute ORB on Microsoft along with the pre-market high low, you would have got in off rip because it already broke the pre-market high, so you would have got in there, and then you would have wait for a double confirmation. You'd have got in, wait for a break and retest, which it did off this fair value gap. Retest, close here, or you could have waited and then wait till it hit the 12 and then wrote it up. So you get double confirmation with Day Trader Pro. I'm convinced every tool that this joker makes trading easy. Less work on our part. I know something wrong when the hardest thing we got to do is take screenshots. So let that sink in for whoever don't have a wolf chart. The hardest thing that we have to do is take screenshots. Oh man, you know what, Brown Wolf? That's right. I recant my statement. Is Day Trader Pro another confirmation we have to download? You get Day Trader Pro when you get CWCA certified. So in your Black Wolf, I'm pretty sure it's in your email when you onboard it. You type in that phrase, or you copy and paste that phrase that tells Black Wolf that you want to start your training from module 1, beginning at module 1, and then you go through. You have to go through 2 modules minimum in order to get your CWCA and test out. But there is 5 modules basically to train you on how to utilize the wolf chart. And I think module 5 is psychology, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Black Wolf has different modes. It has trader mode, it has mentor mode, it has psychology mode. So if you're struggling with psychology in trades, you can tell Black Wolf that and be like, hey, go in psychology mode, and he will literally talk you through psychology in trading. But it only shows the extended time frames, right? Yeah and no. So all you got, so when you first add it on your chart, it'll ask you about the ORB part. So you had to set your time frame on whatever you want as your ORB, and then the extended hours always show. I forgot what time it populates, but I know it's before the pre-market. I mean, before the market actually opens. I'm still working on my certification. Please get it. The WTMA Cloud is a very, very great tool. I think it don't get enough shine. We know parabolic moves before they even happen with it. The hardest thing I gotta do is push the button and get in the trade. Hey, it be like that. You know, getting burned on trades can actually do that to you very easily. So you be like, man, I got this setup, but you really don't know it's a setup. And you get in and you get burned immediately. You like, man, I don't want to take no trade tomorrow or the rest of the week. So that happens. So go ahead and put Black Wolf in psychology mode and get that help. Or you can book a session with Creole Wolf. Thin Ben, and it's go time. JOG is right. Y'all want to see a parabolic move? Y'all want to see a parabolic move? Here we go. Look at Dale, right? So not even this. I ain't even talking about this crazy candle they had today, right? So if you go back in time, I'm gonna yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there. Yeah. We're gonna do that. All right. Oh, did I take out the WTMA? Yes, I did. All right. So this is what JOG is talking about, the thin band. Thin band is right here, right? So you got the 12 coming through the WTMA cloud, which is annotated by the blue outline. You get the 12 breaking out of the WTMA cloud. All right. Breaker structure instantly. You get the 200 break as well. All right. You get a little consolidation. Cool. What happens to Dell after it broke the WTMA cloud? Actually, let's measure that move. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, actually, I ain't gonna have enough room. Let me see. Do that right there. So it broke right here. And let's just say at the top of this candle. Boom. At the top of that. That's $279 in 2 months. That's all I'm gonna say. So you first get, perfect example of a flat WTMA and 12, by the way. So you get this flat base accumulation, like I was saying. You get the break, and it just so happened to happen on this instance. You get the break of the WTMA cloud and the 200 basically at the same time or the next day after. That right there just spells parabolic. And you see, like, price really never dipped into it, but like once or twice, and it just kept going. Yeah. Go get that. You just need time on your contract. Facts. So if you ever see this, man, take action immediately. Yeah, get that certification. WTMA cloud is insane. Most of the time, when you get those intraday moves that are, so insane, like, man, why did it just pop $15 for no reason? It's because the WTMA cloud was broken by the 12 on like the 15-minute time frame. And it had 0 nodes. Let's see if that is applicable. What, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Get them likes up, man. Come on, look at this. Look at this. Flat. This is the 15-minute now. Flat. You get the break right here. You get a change of character. Then you get the 200 break. So it's already 3 candles now, but you get your consolidation. That's cool. You just get in on the 12 retest. And then, yeah. Thin band. Hashtag thin band. That's what you want to look for. You get that thin band, it's about to go. And actually, it already happened on the daily time frame. So, like Brown Wolf just said, get some time on your contracts. We already know we in A+ range already on Microsoft anyway. Get some time on your contracts. 480 is the I wouldn't say the ultimate destination, but 480 is the place we trying to go right now. I feel like I'm missing it. I feel like I deleted one or something. I don't know what it is. It feels like I deleted something. And also, for the pattern junkies, right? You got this right here. What that is right there? What that is? And you already know the destination gonna be right here. What that is? Yeah. Close, close, close. I'm gonna do this. Make it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Ooh. Inverted head and shoulders. I don't have the all chart patterns anymore. I stopped using it. I'll be like, man, I recognize it. Oh, by the way, another indicator, ladies and gentlemen, JOG 503 is developing an indicator that tells you the pattern. Okay. I seen it in action. He got some beta testers out already. So, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit my boy up, man, you know? Hit my boy up. JLG made me get rid of mine. Yep, dynamic market engine. Yep. I'm telling you, man, I work with some cold-blooded folks, man, you know? Somehow I lucked out. I don't think there are any more questions in there. Nope. All right, cool. I'm gonna close that Q&A. All right. If there aren't any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and end it because we're approaching 2 hours. I mean, I totally expected that on a triple confirmation Friday. So, do you mind Google? Oh, I got you. Too easy. Too easy. All right, looking at the month. All right, so it closed with the basically a hammer. Inverted hammer. No. Yeah, inverted hammer. So that ain't looking too good. But your saving grace is this big old fair value gap. All right, so we very well could just come down and wick back up. Looking at the week. Oh, yeah. Change of character. Continuation up, pull back. So with this change of character, we just extended the move up before the pullback. So right now, this fair value gap, I'm thinking price is gonna pull down to this WTMA cloud and this 12 in the center of this fair value gap before it goes back up on the weekly time frame. If that actually happens, just send me a piece. Just send me like 5% of your profits when you do. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the daily, I would have liked if price pushed up right here at this pressure point, because right now we have no floor other than this fair value gap. So we could come down and wick right back up, but right now we get like a daily close under like 378. It ain't looking too good. We probably gonna come down and eat more of this fair value gap up, and then try to recover. Oh man, them Dell contract be hidden, man. You think you said Head and Shoulders on Google? What time frame you looking at? Oh yeah, I got you. I'm glad. Yeah, I knew it was one I was missing. Nice, I got you. Let me see. I'm trying to see. I mean, you kind of got like an inverted one, but it's slanted, but that don't take away from the actual pattern. So you got this right here. Got that right there. 1 hour and 4 hour. I see what you seeing right here. Ooh. Ooh. If that's the actual pattern, that thing can drop. But Google been coming out with good news lately. So I mean, I don't think there's a reason to sell it for smart money. Oh, we got this order block right here. We might be safe. We got this 200. It hit this 200 right here, and then we're actively sweeping on the 1 hour. So we might be good. But they definitely been fighting this level for a while. I can definitely see that. And I got one more XYZ. That's block. I like the monthly already. Ooh. It's approaching the trend line. That's decent. We got a fresh inverse arc on this month. This month just closed. We got a tightly woven monthly inverse arc with the 12 on the month. Last time it had that, foot stomp. Last time it had that, it did a crazy move over like a year. This is like almost leap status on block. Looking at the week, I don't like the week though. I can tell you that much. So you got the 200 coming down super aggressive. We're at the top of the 200, so we wicked off of it 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, you got this order block at around 81.5. So you're gonna try to go up there to sweep liquidity and then come back down. And then after that, you got VRVP tapered off. And then price will try to attack 89 and then maybe 96.5 to 100. Then will be 3 targets right there. But looking at the daily, I do like the daily time frame way better than the weekly. So we just broke this trend line off a fair value gap. You got a tight inverse arc with the 12. Let me line this order block up. I'm gonna do this one. We got a little volume. Let's see if we can get this whole block. You gonna hit right up in here and get a whole lot of consolidation before you sweep at 81.5. So if you got time on your contract, you good. But right now, that thing can chop. But I do see a upward trend line. So that's good in your favor. So long as it's making higher lows, you good to go. You have to start at least 2 weeks out for Dell contract to see the participation. Man, you ain't lying. Block looks decent. Especially like once you get over, once you get over 85, you already see. Once you get, go ahead and start setting your alerts for XYZ. Because if you get over 85 or 86, it's just gonna vacuum up to 100. So let's go ahead and map that right now. So looking at it, these VRVPs starts to taper off more aggressively. So these stick out more because you got a little more chop right here. But once you pass like 90, it's gonna go straight to 100 to this swing order block, which is a strong order block. Do not try to withhold that storm unless you got like a leap that you don't want to get rid of. But don't try to just hold through it if you got like a 2-month contract. All right, it is 7 p.m. 2 hours into the live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Hope y'all enjoyed the Triple Confirmation Friday. I'm about to get on up out of here so I can eat some food and take me a good nap. They call me old. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take me a nap. So push out some trade plans later on today. If you're not in the Discord, you can get in there now. Free access. If you're a wolf, if you're an existing wolf, you'll have free access to all of my trade plans until July the 1st. Once July the 1st happens, you can get that access if you use my referral link, etc., etc. I'll push out those details in my YouTube channel tab in Sean's Discord and in mine. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Peace.